You want to say anything to anybody?
Hello.
Hello.
This road is 55 miles an hour, which I can't imagine, because people coming towards me, they don't even stay in their own lanes, man. Gotta be very careful. Pretty is it out here? Something's dead. Birds are looking to feed. I'm looking for Coble Mill Road. And that's what I'm. Okay, so now I'm on Pleasant Church. So I'm on this for about 2.5 miles, and then I should be taking a left. Well, the only challenge is I haven't figured out how to do the triptych on this car yet. And so a lot of the street signs are missing. So I've got to get the exact right mileage to know which street. See the street sign, no street sign there. I'm gonna have to look at the manual. There's an oldie. Yeah, there's a fuel truck coming this way, and he was in half in my lane, and you can see there's almost nowhere to go if you have to get off the road. Ireland it reminds me a little bit of Ireland when we were driving on these roads. It would be like 100 kilometers an hour on a road. A 2-lane road would be like half this size. It was absolutely ridiculous, but the cars are not as big over there. Most of them anyways. So I should be on this for 4 miles, and then it continues on to Friendship Rock Creek for another 4.5 miles. So, well, the baby cow stopping to look at. Curious creature. Yeah, that beautiful field. Oh, now I've got people coming up my butt. That's the problem with going slow on these country roads. Damn thing. Fortunately, there's somebody behind me, so can't go. There's this beautiful lime green grass in this camera. Yep, gotta get another camera, something that will turn on a lot faster. Similar North Carolina is to so many other states. I mean, New Hampshire will look like this when you go up off the main highways. Very similar in many ways. Corn's getting there. Hey, I arrived at Hershey's. I was at their other store, I believe. because this does not look like it. I'm pretty sure this is their new location. And this one they open at 7 in the morning. The others are all lunch and dinner, I think. So it's about 3:30. I'm coming after the lunch crowd before the dinner crowd. And we'll see if the food is as good as it was last time. All right, signing off. So it's a nice layout. They've got a wall of fame here. I don't know if these are people who have eaten here. Yeah, must be friends of the... Are these all people who have eaten here?
Or no, they catered.
Oh.
A lot of them catered events for these people and things like that.
Yeah, fantastic. All country stars, I bet.
A lot of them are, yes, sir.
Yeah. I probably would not know who they are then.
Some of them I know, some of them I do not.
Is Dolly Parton on the wall?
No, that would be awesome, though. That would be super awesome if she was.
Okay, so yeah, nice layout. Air conditioned. Everything is over air conditioned in North Carolina in the summer. It gets chilly in here, so bring a sweater, even though it's 95 outside. Okay, so this is food. I got the #1 combination, which includes he gave me a breast, not a very nice breast. These are the hush puppies, which are very good, the pulled pork, and I got coleslaw and beans. We'll see. And it's good. It's not a lot of food, so I should be able to eat this, but I want to wash my hands first. Right. And I have an outlet under the table. He said this is the only one, which is good that I got it. Before I forget, this was the invoice, so that's the new address. They've got several locations, and let's see, that was the total charge. So, $15.35. It includes a drink. Okay, here we go. On my way to Appomattox from Burlington, North Carolina. It's 6:08 p.m. And it is, the car says it's 89 degrees outside. Lots of pretty scenery in North Carolina. They have these volunteer fire departments all over the place. Look at this on the left here. Kind of funny. Drive-through closed. Yeah, unfortunately, you need a camera person with you, because there are so many beautiful shots. It's just impossible to get them when driving, if you're going to drive safely. I'd have to drive, or you'd have to turn around and go back and film it every time. Just past this old farmhouse. Well, the house itself wasn't that old, but it had all these old barns around it. And whoever owned it, they had a lattice with some flowers on it. It was just very gorgeous. I wouldn't want to own a structure that old. So now I'm on the way to Route 119 North. And yeah, I don't even try to pick up the camera now unless I know I have time, because this camera's not going to turn on in time. Because, we're going 50 miles an hour or faster on these roads, and you can see how little room there is for error. Like, look at how fast this dude's moving. This dude's going 80. Oh yeah, he's going at least 80. I'm doing 45, because this is my first time on this road. I don't know what's around the corner. At nighttime, it gets a little bit more difficult. So that's why I'm doing this stretch now, and I'll make a decision what I do after I get to Appomattox. That's where I'm heading now, Appomattox in Virginia. And it should still be light all the way there, if everything goes according to what the map says it should. Of course, since I've had the camera on, there's been no beautiful structures. I mean, lots of churches. Seems to be a church every couple miles. Well, here's some structures here, I guess. Unique or in their own way. So hopefully I'm aiming, because I'm watching the road as I drive, and I'm pointing where I think it might be interesting. Look at that small house there. Okay, I'm gonna sign off here. Yeah, I turned around to get a picture of that house that said drive-through closed, and a cop went by me and he gave me this strange look. He saw me backing into somebody's back, because there's no roads, so you gotta I back into the driveway because I'm not going to turn around on the street with cars coming 80 miles an hour. Okay, I got to pay attention here. I don't know where I'm going. Yeah, I was so busy talking that 2 miles went by in a hurry. So I'm on North Carolina 119 North, and it says it's 23 miles to the state line, and it is 6:37 p.m. now. I love having a compass. See, I'm going due north. So last night when I was driving at night, I had no idea where I was some of the time. But as long as the compass was going north-northeast, I knew I could adjust. In fact, I did adjust a couple times, I believe. There we go. Yeah, I love just driving these back roads. A lot of history back here. A lot of Civil War activities were in the Carolinas. In fact, the war ended in Appomattox. Okay, I'm going to sign off here. Leaving that restaurant in Burlington, the radio came on and it was doing a traffic report. And I was fairly confident. The place was called Sweet Rum, I think it said. Sweet Rum. But I was fairly confident I would not hit much traffic, because I was going to be doing all the back roads. And sure enough, this has been the traffic. Right when I got out of that downtown area where I was, in fact, I went the opposite direction of the traffic. So I think a lot of the people probably live in the Raleigh area, because they were going the opposite direction of where I went. Yoga and health retreat, La Coolish. Interesting. Okay. I don't think I'm going to see anything super interesting going into Virginia. And I'm not sure the camera picked it up, but North Carolina has so many poor areas, and just areas that are falling down, devastated. Just, they don't even tear them down, they just leave them there to fall down. And I don't know, I've driven some of Virginia, but I don't think I've ever driven to Appomattox, so this will be a new experience for me. So I'm not sure if it will be nice areas, poor areas, historic, be rural like this. Looks like somebody's got the tractor going. You got to do that every day. Oh, see, I got to turn the camera off here. Okay, signing. Past a couple shacks, wooden shacks, just like half the size of that, and it looked like they were going to fall down, and there were people living in them. Unbelievable. And what's hilarious is outside on a post, like just a metal post, and was a Starlink satellite dish hanging out on a post. So that's hilarious. So they have barely a roof over their head, but they have their satellite. Gotta have priorities. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, this is cheap living, man. As cheap as it gets in terms of, you know, like a trailer like that. Yeah. I thought about going back to get a picture of that cabin, but I just don't want to burn the time. Because turning around and going back on these roads, yeah, you're talking a 5 minutes at least. Turn around, go back, turn around again, take photos. Yeah. I mean, it would have been a heck of a photo, but I'm sure everybody can imagine. It was just this, it was white and it was full of all black from just the decay and, yeah, awful. So this building here, Red House Presbyterian Church, I thought it was very interesting, so, oh shit. This car does not brake accurately at all. You know, I'll explain it another time. I thought this was very nice. So I did turn around to come back and take a picture of this. There's a cemetery as well. And I saw, what caught my eye was the stained glass windows as I drove by at 50 miles an hour. Unfortunately, you can't see through this stained glass. It looks actually, up close, it looks more like it was painted. But maybe not. Some of it looks painted, some of it looks stained. Yep, who knows how old these things really are. You know, you just never know. Saying that this was 200 years ago. First erected here in 1756. Well, we know it wasn't this one. So you see it has a nice horseshoe driveway out to the main road, and that, you know, people drive 80 miles an hour on this road. And it's illuminated at night. Nice. Okay, so symmetrical. Not going to go in back, take a look at it. Yeah, overall this car's not, it's been a good ride. The only thing I don't like is that compared to my other cars, like when you hit the brakes on this thing, it's not responsive right away. My other cars, you hit the brakes and you can just gradually come to a stop. This thing, you really have to slam down on the brake to get the brakes to respond. And so because I'm so used to driving with a, you know, slowing down gradually, this thing doesn't do it at all. So what happens is I'm always at the last portion of the stop. I'm going farther than I'm used to going because this car does not have a very good response for the brakes. See, look at those things driving by. Yeah, crazy. So now it's after 7 o'clock. So this is what always happens. There's a beautiful tree right there. Just gotta be careful where you drive here. You just never know. Because you can see how water builds up very easily. The old propane tank in the back there. Plastic on the windows. Doesn't even look like somebody lives there. See, you don't want to drive in one of these ditches. Okay, no one's coming. Off we go. All right, here we go. See? Okay, so I mean, if you do have to turn around, right? There's no place really to pull off. I suppose this place, but there was a truck on my ass, so I went up to this ABC, and I think this is a liquor store. Some small little liquor store. Look, somebody's in there. They probably horseshoe driveway. Look at a little tiny store. Yeah. She came outside, I think, when she saw me backing in. There we go. That house isn't even that old. Now we're getting very close to the Virginia border. I want to say, well, I threw off my reading here because I turned around and went back. Probably, well, we'll see what this, up here, this may be the state line up here. 57. I gotta pull up I think I go just straight across. Oh, what do you know? A Dollar General. Yeah, when you get out into the rural area, see, this fucking car does it again. See what happens? So I go to stop at the stop line, and you have to slam down on the brakes to get this thing to stop. Now, the one thing that you have to, yeah, I'm just thinking here. I was thinking about the gas. Okay, right, hold on a second. Let's see what this thing. Okay, we're still in North Carolina. This is Samora. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so this car does not respond unless you slam the brake down. It doesn't respond when you just put it halfway down like a normal car would. This car is full of all these electronic features. I hate cars who try to anticipate what I want, because like this thing will every 5 minutes it's like, do you need a brake? Do you need a brake? Here, wait, watch. Oh shit, don't want to go into the front of the Dollar General truck. See, this is what you have out here. You have everything and their brother driving on these roads. Let's see if I can trigger this. Now it won't do it. Unbelievable. I do like that it shows the tire pressures though. I forget what I was going to say. Oh, look at this, bar 119. Isn't that amazing? Out in the middle of nowhere, you get a bar 119. Well, I mean, the middle of somewhere, how's that? Not nowhere. Right there. See, consider taking a break. Just pops up randomly, consider taking a break. And then, of course, it has these sensors on the mirrors telling you when something is near. This car is going to be beeping about something. If something's in front, like I've had animals run out. Oh yeah, I was going to say, so I was driving last night, and I was driving through some cornfields, and the corn was coming right up to the road, like closer than where that sign was. And I don't like driving. Always on my mind is deer, like how close are deer. And you know, I forgot to look up if Virginia has cheaper gas than North Carolina. So, too late now. But yeah, this dude can pass me if he wants to pass. It's funny, they wait till it's an illegal pass before they go. Like, look, he's got all these single digits. So anyways, I'm driving, 60 miles an hour on one of these roads. It was like 2 in the morning, midnight last night. And there's a freaking deer looking right at me. And thankfully it was deer in headlights and it didn't move. Because if that thing decided to jump out, there was no way I was stopping. And, you know, I'm really not looking forward to dealing with that. All right, signing off. Okay, I just passed into Virginia. So, do they still say Virginia is for lovers? Yep. Okay. Well, it's been about 40 years now, at least. I'm not sure it is, though. Radar detectors illegal. So radar detectors are still illegal. I remember one of the first trips I took when I was a teenager. I went to Bradley's or Caldor. They were both like Kmart type stores. And I bought a radar detector and I returned it when I came back. No, I was in Texas. And I bought it in Texas and I returned it in Connecticut, I think. And the sales tax was different than... They're like, we can't reimburse you for the sales tax. I'm like, I don't care. Okay, so continue on to, here we go. And I'm going to sign off here. There. Not so old, but old. This is what I was describing before. You get these then, of course you get a church over here, right? And now you have all these old structures. This is similar to what that other place looked like, but the other place... You know, whoever owned it really decked it out to make it kind of artsy. Okay, so... Alright, I'm coming up to 360 east, I think it says. Oversized load, that's not a good sign. Look at that. I had to go off the road to get away from him. There's a pretty farm right here. Yeah, unfortunately the light from the sun screwing up with this sensor on this camera. Look at this guy right in my lane. He's old. Okay, so I'm going to take a right onto 360 East. Towards South Boston, what do you know? There we go. I lived in South Boston. Okay. Philpott Road. Okay, see? I can slam the... What the fuck is going on here? What the fuck is going on here? Detour? Google, what the hell are you doing to me? Okay, so this road is closed. This happened to me last night as well. And last night, they had no detour signs at all. They just pointed detour, go left, but then you were on your own. And I went down a side road, and fortunately it was only about a mile that they had blocked off. Okay, I'm going to look at the map. I'm not retracing my steps. Well, I could go back to that 52, 62. All right, I'm going to look at my map. That sign over there says Danville is 13 miles to the west. And over there is South Boston is 17 to the east. There is a road about 3 miles. I mean, this is a dead end. There's another road about 5 miles. So I think what I'm going to do is the most logical thing is to go back where I came from. 3 miles to the state line. So I may have to go back all the way to where I was at that stoplight. Live long and prosper.